Game 1 of this best-of-7 Western Conference playoff series brought us a classic matchup. The battle-tested Golden State Warriors taking on the hungry, high-energy Minnesota Timberwolves. The Chase Center was buzzing as two drastically different styles collided. The Warriors, the dynasty built on ball movement and three-point wizardry, went up against the athletic, fast-paced Timberwolves, who found their identity through tough defense and explosive scoring from their young stars. Right. From the opening tip, Golden State showed why they've been here so many times before. They came out aggressive, attacking the boards and playing unselfish basketball. Steph Curry and Draymond Green linked up early, the kind of mental telepathy we've seen from them for years. Curry set a beautiful back screen, got separation, and Draymond found him for a clean look. A classic pick-the-picker action that left the Timberwolves scrambling. On another possession, Steph baited the defense with a quick ball fake and calmly found Gore, who finished in traffic. This wasn't just Steph scoring. This was him orchestrating. The Warriors were thriving on second-chance points, out-hustling Minnesota for key rebounds. Looney and Draymond cleaned the glass, and GP2, Gary Payton II, brought the spark with multiple defensive stops and transition buckets. A quick sequence where he stole the ball, pushed the tempo, and finished through contact summed up the Warriors' first-half mindset: relentless, efficient, and seasoned. Steph got hot. A little Curry flurry ignited the crowd. He started setting higher screens, pulling McDaniels away from the paint and making him chase. 1-3, then a step-back jumper, another 3 from the corner. Suddenly, Steph had 12. The Warriors were rolling. You could feel the rhythm. Curry attacking, dishing, relocating, and hitting his spots. And when Draymond got the ball in the middle of the floor and found Curry in stride, it was textbook Warriors basketball. Quick decision-making, trust, and spacing. But Minnesota wasn't going to be intimidated. Anthony Edwards, with his signature swagger, began asserting himself. He used Gobert's screens to create space and knocked down mid-range jumpers. Conley, the veteran point guard, helped calm the offense and push the pace. He found open teammates and helped get the ball moving after a few stagnant possessions. When Gobert rolled aggressively to the rim, it opened up the floor. He finished strong around the rim, showing mobility and strength. McDaniels also got involved, knocking down a corner 3 to spark a 10-2 run late in the second quarter. Despite the Warriors leading for most of the half, Minnesota's rebounding advantage began to show. They were +5 on the glass at the break and had already pulled down 10 offensive boards. Gobert was a monster inside, grabbing his 16th rebound before the third quarter even started. Curry had 21 at the half, but his production slowed as Minnesota tightened the defense in the third. McDaniels stuck to him, and the help defense was more disciplined. Steph was still making plays, but the threes stopped falling for a stretch. Coming out of halftime, Steve Kerr called for more physicality, telling the team to cut down on the reach-ins and stay composed, knowing the refs were calling a tight game. The Warriors listened. Draymond got active on both ends, facilitating from the top of the key and attacking the rim when given space. He had a big dunk in transition and even did the night-night celebration afterward, hyping up the crowd. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves started heating up from deep. Julius Randle, a new face in Minnesota, stepped out and knocked down a huge triple off a Conley feed. Randle, usually known for his inside game, showed off his range in this one. As the fourth quarter began, Minnesota trailed by 6, but Edwards had other plans. He started hitting from everywhere: step-backs, pull-ups, drives, and a clutch corner 3 off a fast break dish from Conley. He had 7 points in a 2-minute span and showed why he's the rising face of this franchise. His confidence was unmatched, demanding the ball and delivering. Golden State tried to counter with more pick-and-rolls involving Curry and Draymond, but the Timberwolves' rotations were sharp. Conley got a key steal, feeding Edwards again for another bucket. The Wolves were now up by 9 with under 3 minutes left. Still, the Warriors weren't done. Curry got into the lane, finished through contact, and hit the free throw for a three-point play. He then came down the floor and attacked again, showing no fear inside. He brought the Warriors within 6 and gave his team a chance, but then came the dagger, Edwards, from deep, right in Curry's face. Bang! Timberwolves up by 9 again, with just over a minute left. The building was stunned, but the Wolves were locked in. Golden State tried to foul and extend the game, but Minnesota was solid at the line. Randall hit 2 big free throws to push the lead back to double digits. Edwards added another. Curry had one last and one to bring it back under 10, but it wasn't enough. Turnover on a late Warriors possession sealed the game. The Timberwolves dribbled out the final seconds as the clock hit 0. Minnesota took Game 1 on the road, 112-102. It was a complete team performance with Anthony Edwards leading the charge. He finished with 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, looking every bit the superstar this young team needs him to be. Gobert had 18 rebounds, controlling the paint. Conley dished out 7 assists and made key plays. Randall added 14 points and some surprising outside shooting. For the Warriors, Steph was brilliant with 36 points, but the offense stalled late. Draymond and Looney played well, but Golden State's turnovers and cold shooting stretches allowed Minnesota to steal momentum and eventually the game. Steph Curry, 36 PTS, 5 AST. Anthony Edwards, 33 PTS, 7 REB, 4 AST. Rudy Gobert, 6 PTS, 18 REB. Mike Conley, 9 PTS, 7 AST. Draymond Green, 12 PTS, 6 REB, 5 AST. Warriors, 19 second chance points. Timberwolves, +7 rebounding edge. Game 2 is coming, and Golden State will need answers. Can they solve Minnesota's defensive rotations? Will the Wolves continue to control the glass, or will the Warriors' playoff experience bring them back into the series? One thing's for sure, this series just got serious.